The Senate Judiciary Committee is set to hold a hearing today on the landmark Equality Act.
The bill would extend non-discrimination protections to LGBTQ people, giving equitable access to housing, education, employment, and much more. If signed to law, which President Biden said he would do, it would affect millions of Americans.
A Gallup poll finds the number of people who identify as LGBTQ in the U.S. increased 60% between just 2012 and 2020. Joining us now is Sarah Kate Ellis, the president and CEO of GLAAD, a leading media and advocacy group for LGBTQ people. Great to see you as always. So let's start. We had that big Supreme Court decision last year. Still, fewer than half of U.S. states offer discrimination protections for LGBTQ people. How would passing this law change the lives of LGBTQ Americans?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Today is a historic day on the floor of the Senate for the first hearing on the Equality Act, and this has been 50 years coming. And so we're really excited about today because for the first time, I think we're going to be able to talk about all the basic rights that are denied for the LGBTQ community and the discrimination and hate that the community faces on a daily basis. And so to speak to your question, this is going to provide comprehensive coverage and law for LGBTQ people on housing, on education, on federal funding, on access to credit, all things now that if you are LGBTQ, you can be denied.
And Sarah Kate, now not only are proponents for the Equality Act testifying today, but there will be people speaking against it. They may lean on religious grounds or even that the Equality Act would hurt women's rights. Tell us about that and how you respond to that.
Yeah, so I want to be really clear. American voters, a new study came out just this morning, a new poll on American voters, where 7 out of 10 American voters support the Equality Act. And when you look at religious leaders, the majority of them support the Equality Act. So this is a very fringe amount of people who are trying to divide and create division and opposition. So the two ways that they're going about that is one from a religious freedom perspective. Religious freedom is ingrained in our Constitution. That is not up for debate. This does not give any or stop religious freedom in any way, shape, or form. So it's not even an argument. The other thing that's really been a target and is actually so painful is the opposition has been targeting transgender children, our youth, our most vulnerable people in our community, in our society, quite frankly. And so they're saying that trans youth, especially trans girls, would be able to run rampant in sports and participate on different sports teams. And when the fact of the matter is that trans youth and trans girls have been participating in sports. And when trans girls are allowed to participate in sports, the study shows that the schools that don't ban them actually have higher female participation in their sports program, meaning it's welcoming to all of our children. And so I think that their arguments against the Equality Act, against giving LGBTQ people fair and fair access to the rights that we all should have as Americans is just ridiculous at this point.
Sarah Kate, very quickly, it's not going to be easy to get this through the Senate. You need 10 Republican senators. Any Republicans on the fence, what's your message to them?
My message to them is that this is long overdue, that this doesn't hurt anyone. It's just like marriage equality. I think the world thought if LGBTQ people could get married, what would happen to marriage? Look at marriage. It's great. People are still getting married. It hasn't hurt anyone. The same goes for here. Let's protect our most vulnerable communities.
Sarah Kate Ellis, president of GLAAD, thank you so much. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.